Hi, Monica here from Walking the Inner Journey. Uh, Interesting start. First month of 2025 we've managed to get through. Um, but yeah, pretty interesting. And I think this is going to be potentially a sign of how our year is going to progress. We were talking, a lot of people have been talking that this year is about disclosure, truth coming to the surface. And definitely January, we're starting to see this, and worldwide. So I haven't been here for a while, and the reason being is I got more guidance as to why I was being nudged so strongly to do a YouTube channel. Um, to be honest, I had to sit with it to decide if it was something I really wanted to do. It has the potential of labeling me as crazy, conspiracy theorist, whatever. I'm 60 years old, and I really had to sit with, is this something I want to do at my age now? And, if I was younger, probably would have jumped on right away, but right now it was kind of like I've been feeling really tired with the world, and I think a lot of us that have been on this journey for a while are feeling that way. Um, those of us that have been, doing the work and not taking anything at face value, but really truly doing some research, real research into what's going on in our world. And then to get labeled, as conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hatter, um, just, being slammed basically for beliefs. And the interesting thing was when I sat back and decided to take the break, the guidance came through to become the observer. Just watch everything unfold. Just see how it plays out, people's reactions, my own reactions. And what was interesting was the vast amount of emotion that I went through. And it was this tiredness, discouragement, anger. And anger in places where I didn't expect it. Um, you know, so let's go into the tinfoil hat thing. Um, but I truly believe and know that we are being controlled by a power group of people who are above our governments, who are dictating and manipulating us for complete control. And they have an agenda, and they are trying for all their worth to push this agenda. And they know their time's limited. And they are willing to do anything and everything to hold this power that they think they have. And the only reason they have this power is because we've allowed them to have it. If we would take back our own power, this would be a whole different story. But that's not where we're at yet. So my anger with them came a long time ago, and I worked through that. But where my anger came in was seeing people who claim to be of, love and compassion and, being inclusive. That it seemed to only apply to people that believe the same as you do. And if they don't, well, then they're the scourge. They're evil. They shouldn't even be allowed on the planet. And I was like, are you kidding me? Being inclusive means everybody. You don't get to pick and choose who that is. You're either inclusive with it all or none. You don't pick and choose how that is. So, yeah, I had some anger come up with that, and just kind of like, really? Is this still where we're at? And then I had to look at myself because of the anger, and I had to work through that, why I was angry, what that was bringing up for me, and that was my own personal journey. So this last month for me has been a real eye-opener. And obviously you can tell by me being here today the choice I made was to bring forth what I know to be true, to bring whatever guidance I can, both through my own intuition and through the guidance that I receive. We're in interesting times, and we have the opportunity of bringing in now the very change that we all claim that we want to bring in. And that's why I'm stepping into doing this, is because for me to bring in the change that I want for our world, which is a world of love and unity, peace, harmony, joy, abundance, then I have to be the change that I want to see in the world out there. So it begins with me. And this is where, we all need to start going. And in the world we're in, people are just, they've manipulated us into a place where we're just trying to survive every day. Because when we're in that place, we don't have the time or energy to do too much work inwards or even research stuff to see if it's true, real or not. And they know that. And this is how they maintain control, right? So what we're going to see in this year are, these truths coming to the surface, and then a lot of distraction, a lot of fake stuff that we think, it might appear to be real. And you need to understand that so much has been hidden from us. So let's take technology just as a basic one. They have hidden so much of what they have with technology. Free energy has been hidden from us. Alien technology, yes, woo-woo, yes, but they do have it. Weather modification. We haven't got a clue as to what abilities they are actually able to utilize through these technologies. If you look at what's available to us now, even just with holograms and that type of thing and AI, we are just allowed a small portion of what is actually available. The rest is being hidden from us. So really pay attention to the things that they're going to try to make you think is real, isn't. So how do we figure out what is and isn't, right? The biggest part is, we've got to get back to common sense and critical thinking. And if you look at the last 5 years, how much things have changed, right? I remember not that long ago of being able to have a heated discussion with somebody, disagreeing, opinions, and both of us giving our side and really just having it all out. And when we were done, not that either one of us had changed our mind about anything, but we got to say it, and yet still respected each other after, still liked each other after. It didn't matter, right? I remember these days where it didn't matter what political party you were affiliated with. It didn't matter what belief structure you had. We all respected each other for the most part. And around 5 years ago, that all changed. And we were manipulated and coerced into believing that if you didn't believe a certain narrative, then you were not to be trusted. That you were against the status quo, that you were, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're a tinfoil hatter, you're all these bad things. People need to stay away from you, right? What was that? Why are we not allowed to have a difference of opinion? We used to get along quite well with that. When was science not allowed to be questioned? Isn't that how breakthroughs happen? We've got to stop wondering why we are in the place we are right now. Why in this day and age are there tent cities in Canada? Why is there a food supply shortage in this day and age? Why are they making it to a point where we can barely survive day to day by keeping a roof and food, like a roof over your head, food on your table, pay your bills? Because from being in that place, you are controllable. You will toe the line. And yes, when we're just trying to survive, you don't want to spend the energy looking beyond that, but we have to. We need to know why we are where we are. Because we can't change where we are unless we know why it's happening. And when we know why it's happening, and who's behind it, then we can start doing something about it. And I hear right away somebody saying, yeah, but we can't change it. They're just going to do whatever they want to do. They do whatever they want to do because of that very attitude. Well, we can't do anything. There's more of us than there is of them. Bottom line, there's more of us than there is of them. This is what's available. This is what we're able to do. We're able to bring in change, but we have to be the change first. Take a look at it this way. When we go to do our inner work, right? Sometimes we have to look at things that we don't want to see. And sometimes we push it back down when I'm not ready to see that. If I pretend it's not there, it's not going to do anything. But it does because it's still there. And it's going to be there until we do something about it. And it's now showing up in our external world. So if we pretend like there's nothing wrong, we're going to keep living the same life and worse as it keeps going. And we will be more and more under control. But if we see the truth, if we open our eyes and our ears and listen to our gut when it says this doesn't feel right, and look into it as to why it doesn't feel right, then we can start doing something about it. And we can bring about the change that we are all so desiring so much. But we can't sit back. We can't sit back. Nobody's going to come in and do this for us. There isn't a savior coming in. The galactics aren't going to come in and save us. One individual is not going to come in and save you. It has to be collective. It's up to us. We are being supported greatly by so many, but they cannot interfere in the evolution of us. That's up to us. The only thing they will do is prevent us from blowing up the planet. So if you're worried about that, you can take that off your plate. That won't be allowed to happen because of repercussions across the universe. So, bottom line, we're in an awakening. Those in power don't want us to wake up because then they lose power, they lose control. They have an agenda that they want to bring forward, and they're bent and bound that they're going to have that happen. We have a chance to change that quicker rather than later. But that means stepping out of fear as truth comes out. And even as we start seeing what's fake and the truth of the horrendous things that have been done, we can use it as an opportunity to bring about the very changes that we want. Okay? So if we understand that we are being manipulated into fear and into lack and into unworthiness, we can stop it. And that just means going inside yourself. Everything we need to know and what we need to do, the answers are in here. Always have been. It's not out there somewhere. It's inside of us. So, navigating this year, discernment. More than you ever have before. And discernment is applicable with different aspects. So, common sense, critical thinking, trusting your intuition, that gut feeling that tells you something doesn't feel right. You need to investigate that. You need to go in and find out what is going on. Why does that not feel right? Even if the rest of the world is saying, oh yeah, but something inside of you is saying, no, I don't agree with that. There's something off. Question everything, okay? Question everything. Don't take anything at face value anymore. Absolutely nothing. From your governments, mainstream media, even social media. Question everything, okay? That's where our answers are going to come from. And then understand that we have a choice of looking at something that doesn't sit with us, and we're like, no, I don't want this anymore. Knowing that we can now choose and say, I'm done. I'm choosing something different. And instead of being complacent and hiding away and pretending it's not there, standing up in your own power, take your power back and say, no, we're done. We're not doing this anymore. That's the power that we actually do hold and are being asked to step into. It's part of our evolution, our ascension process. And yes, there are people who are not ready for this, and they will not step up into this, and we have to allow that. And the time that I was off, that was a realization I came to. I had to remind myself, when I started this journey, the doubts that I had, dragging my heels, and where I'm impatient with people not waking up, I had to remind myself, I was once asleep too. And I'm still in the process of waking up. So to respect everybody as to where they're at, and that's okay. But you do you. Doesn't matter what the rest of the world's doing. You do you. Anyways, I just wanted to pop on that I am coming back. This is just something that I wanted to speak to really quick. I will go in more depth in upcoming videos. I am going to be doing a class on Zoom. The reason I'm doing it on Zoom is because some of the things I'm going to be speaking to, YouTube, I would be flagged massively. And being a new channel, I don't want to be booted off before I actually can get going. So I am going to be talking about 2025, what's coming up, why we're seeing what we're seeing, a lot about the light and the dark, those aspects that are in all of us, and how to navigate it. How to navigate it in the easiest way. So, like I said, this is going to be a Zoom class. It's February 9th at, that's a Sunday, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is by donation because that helps me be able to bring other classes forward. So if you are interested, I will put my email address down below, as well as my Facebook page link, so that you can either DM me or email me, whatever is easier for you. And if you want more information, just feel free to reach out to me. We're in for interesting days, guys. Yeah, it might feel a bit challenging, but challenges are good, because from challenges come great growth. So if you like this content, please click the like below. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you know when I'm posting again. And I wish you an amazing, amazing, amazing day. And send you so much love. And I'll talk to you really soon.